I'm Dylan, and welcome to Twisted Rich Garage. Alright, and welcome back to another episode of Twisted Wrench Garage, guys. Now, today we're going to start throwing this stereo in. I'm going to show off what I got here. Went ahead and went to my local audio store here in town called Auto FX. They had the speakers that I bought there, the Kenwoods, the 600 watt, 6x9, 4-ways. You could probably go cheaper on Amazon. Those ran me $100. The boxes themselves, that only cost $45, but I'm pretty sure my buddy Jason, I'm also going to be putting a stereo in his truck next weekend, and I'm pretty sure his wife found them on Amazon for, I think it was $40. So I mean, you can definitely get the little speaker boxes for a lot cheaper than you would expect. Now the stereo itself, this was the most expensive part, obviously. This one here, they do make it this Bose audio system stereo. They make it in an elite version. This isn't the elite version. This is the step down from that. The elite version was I think $299 brand new. This one was $257 on Amazon. I was gonna actually wait for this one to go on sale because I did see it on sale when I was actually looking for a stereo, and I saw it drop down to, what was it, $179. And I think that was even the elite version. And I was just gonna wait for it to go on sale again because I didn't really feel like paying $250 for a radio. But the wife surprised me for Father's Day and went ahead and had this ordered up, and it showed up at the door one day. So that made my life a lot easier. I'm super appreciative to my wife for getting that for me. Gonna definitely make the inside of the truck look a lot more modern. I did go ahead and stopped by Best Buy. Like I said before in the previous video, I did see that O'Reilly's sold the install kit for our trucks. Like I said, it's a kit for, what was it, like 74 to like 2009 or something like that. It was like 25 bucks, comes in a box. But while I was at Best Buy looking at their stereos, I talked to one of their tech installers there, or their audio tech installers, and they had this kit here. It was only 17 bucks. So that saved me, 10 bucks. Easy. But I will go ahead and start getting some of this stuff unboxed, start getting it prepped. Now, there is a reason why I decided to go with speaker boxes with this project. These will probably end up getting moved into the black truck, which, by the way, I did come up with a name for that truck. The name of that truck is going to be the Black Pearl. I'm a big Pirates of the Caribbean fan. I love all those movies. I think Johnny Depp's an awesome actor. I like him in a lot of his movies, and I think the truck is, it's going to be a great looking truck whenever I get it done. I'm going to go with a black and gold theme, so the black pearl kind of fit the description in my opinion. So I'll get all that updated on the other videos and those kind of things, and then you guys can follow along on Project Black Pearl, as well as Project Ramona, Marshmallow. My uncle's Ram Charger, that's Project Frank, and it'll get thrown on the channel at some point. Just been all kinds of projects going on. But yeah, let me show you why I went with these on this truck. These trucks generally only came with like a 4x10 factory speaker in the dash, and then if you had the like the Royal SE model, which came with all the trim and those kind of things, you had speaker mounts that I believe in the back, but they're also in the doors too, possibly. But I'll show you why I didn't go that route, and I'm probably going to go ahead and get a 4x10 speaker later on in the future. I'm probably gonna get a 2-pack because I think I can get a Kenwood 4x10, but they only sell them in 2-packs. But I can also buy a Bose single, which is just a basic speaker for, I think it's $19.99 on Amazon. So we'll see what I decide to do, but this right here will work for what I'm doing right now. It's just gonna be really nice to have a stereo in this because, I mean, all the trips that I've driven in this truck, I've never had a stereo. I didn't have one when I got it. I always wanted to get one, so we're gonna get one today. So let me get you guys in a different spot here on a tripod, and I'm going to show you why I went with the boxes. All right, so as you guys can tell here at the bottom, there actually isn't any speaker locations in my doors on either the driver or passenger side, and I can open that door up over there. But there is a factory 4x10 speaker spot here, which again, I told you guys I will probably get one of those eventually, just not right now. Get this seat popped back here. But from the factory, if you had the trim that went all the way around, and it would actually cover all of this stuff up here, and then actually it didn't go all the way up. I actually remember that. It followed this door panel and went straight to here, and then actually came up and came across, and then went down on both sides. And there was a speaker location on some of them right there, I believe. And then also in the doors, but my truck didn't come with either one of those, so I opted for the 6x9 speakers, which is going to go on either side of the truck. And once I get to the opportunity, like I said before, I do want to build a bigger box that's going to house 2 10s and 2 6x9s. It's just, this is just going to be the starter route to get me going until I get to that project. So let's go ahead and get you guys in a different location, and we'll start getting into tearing this apart, and we will see what all we get in the boxes with that radio. That radio itself, it does support the ability to have rear and front cameras. It's one of the reasons why I picked it up, because I do think it'd be cool eventually to have a reverse camera on this. This has a 9-inch screen, 340 watts, MP3 compatible, Bluetooth. It has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I will be using the Android Auto. I'm not an Apple guy. But yeah, let's get into this. All right, I've got all the stuff unboxed here, just not unpacked. Just wanted to show you what all came in the boxes. Went ahead and got the speakers unwrapped from their plastic. Here's our 6x9s. There's those. They come with little speaker wires to hook from the speakers to whatever you want to hook them to. In this case, it's going to be to the backs of our boxes here. Then it also comes with all the screws necessary to attach it to wherever you need. Comes with something else, I'm not quite sure what that is. Instruction booklet with our radio. Here's our 9-inch screen. Has a adaptable mount, which this mount here, which I know you guys can't really see it very well in the plastic, and I can kind of bring it out here and show you. And this is the reason why I went with this particular radio. I have so much room in my truck, and this actually can move up and down, and the screen can rotate to wherever I need it, so I can actually set it down lower and tilt it up if I want, kind of have it where I want it, where I need it. The only issue I have with it, I see that's going to be kind of an issue, not super big, is where the screen is going to be. It's going to be kind of covering up my ashtray location, but we'll take a look and see how bad that's going to be once we get it all put in. Get this back in the plastic until I need it to keep it protected. But so that was why I got this particular radio with the big screen, because I want to keep the single in and not have to cut up my gauge bezel. So this will let me use. This will give me the ability to have a big touch screen and connect my phone to it and such. Also has, I didn't also mention, it also has a microphone, I believe, inside here for hands-free calls. And you also get in the pack here, you get it for set up for a double DIN if you're replacing a double DIN with this. It also comes with a single DIN, a plate for the back for support. You also get your wiring harness for the stereo itself. The camera hookups are actually on the actual unit itself with the USB ports. This just plugs into the radio there. Then you also get your user's manual for installs, for installation, and for knowing how to use the darn thing. Because I've never had a radio like this, and this is probably going to take me a minute to get used to it, because I'm getting old and my kids are starting to have to show me how to do things. But let's get you guys in the truck. We'll start getting this taken care of. I think the first step I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start getting my speakers mounted in my boxes, and then I can work on getting those in place in the back with the stereo inside the truck. So we'll get that going. Alright, as you guys can see, I did go ahead and get both speakers mounted in the boxes with the shells and everything. So those are ready to go in the truck. That was the easiest part of the job. The next step is going to be installing the stereo, and that's where it's going to take a little more work to get that done. I just wanted to show you guys on the back of this box here, they actually give you guys a template. I don't know if they do this on all the boxes, but on this one they gave me a template for the 6x9s themselves. So I actually tore that out, and I'm actually going to keep this and hold this aside. So whenever I go to build my new box, it's going to have my 10s and my 6x9s. I can use this to map out my 6x9s, and that way I know where to cut and drill. So that's really nice to have. So thank you, Kenwood. All right. First step in our process, we want to get this gauge cluster bezel out. And that's going to be, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws, and then there's clips on the bottom here. So let me go ahead and get those out. Missing one there. You may be missing some as well. It is a 36-year-old truck. Well, what do you guys think of the Black Pearl as the name for the new truck? I thought it was a really cool name. I thought it fit it well, especially since I'm going to be going with the gold and black theme. Come on out of there. Oh, that one fell. That's gone forever. There one there. Yeah, there's one there. So while I'm actually in here, I'm actually going to try to get my vacuum hoses hooked up for my heat and my AC vent here, because I think the next thing I want to get going is the AC in this thing, because man, it gets hot. I know I'm sweating my butt off right now, and it's only like 90 something. So get those there. Let's see if I can find that screw that fell out. Yep, there it is. We don't lose any. Set that down there. And we're gonna pop it out from its clips on the bottom. With mine only hangs from this one and then the two on this side. So get this one popped out if I can. Come on, old girl. There you go. And what I find it helps is if you tilt it forward, get it past your switches over here to the left. As you're tilting it, it should come right out of there. And I didn't even spill what was in the box. So we'll get that set aside. That gives us a better view of what we're working with here. And I'm going to need to get a light in here because I can barely see. So give me one sec. Alright guys, got the stereo install kit out. Got my little headlight on, hopefully it's helping you guys see a little bit better. A little touch for brightness, a little focus, there we go. Alright, so I've got this out, kind of getting it set where it's going to be sitting. Flies are bad right now. So I need to take off some of these tabs so this will actually fit. So this one needs to go, this one needs to go, and this one needs to go first. So let's go ahead and pull those off. Just going to use a pair of pliers and just bend them off. They should just pop right off, just like that. So just pops right off. Set that aside. This one here pops off just like so. And if you want, you can take a piece of sandpaper or something and sand that down. And I'll probably do that here in a minute. So let me go ahead and pop this other one off here. Bam. Okay. Now that should fit up into that a little bit better. But now we're hitting down here. So now this one needs to go. And this one. So let's pop those bad boys off. So part of that one. Let's see if I can get this one to break smooth off. I'll try to cut it a little bit actually. See if that'll help. This one's being more of a pain in the butt than the other one. Yep, that helps. So if I use my little cutter side and just kind of gave a little bit of a cut, and that made it a lot easier to pop that end off. So I'm gonna have to leave. Let's see. This one needs to stay. This one needs to go. Let me double check just to make sure. I hate to break one of these off and need it. Alright, so yeah. It's this one here that needs to go. Apart. Same trick as before. I'm gonna put a little bit of a cut in it. Just like that, and then that should give me the ability to break it a little bit smoother off. There we go, yeah. Back and forth. And voila, that one's off. So let's try test fitting this again. Alright, we're getting close. This here needs to come off. Pliers again. Just pop this side off. There's a lot of stuff you don't need but on this. This is different for all. This is set up for all kinds of different vehicles. So I probably need to pull these off as well. So just keep on test fitting it, making sure it's going to fit. Let's see. I'm rubbing somewhere. Let me get a better look here. Where am I rubbing? Yeah, I'm rubbing on this side piece over here. So these side pieces need to go too. So I'll pop this one off. Pop this one off. And pop that one off too. So this should be everything that we need to pull off of this. So the only two mounts we need is this one and this one. So let's try test fitting it again. Bam. She fits. So that one has two little tabs on it. So I need to break off this extra little tab here. Because I don't need it, and it's actually keeping me from seating it all the way. So I'll need to get a couple screws because I don't have any right now on me. Make sure that this fits. Just like so. Okay, we're rocking a little bit. There we go. Oh yeah, that fits good. So I just need a screw there and a screw there. So let me go grab a couple screws and I'll start putting that together. Alright. I replaced the screws in my headliner with some copper brass ones that kind of match the little accents that I put in it, and these are the screws that were from my headliner. So I'm gonna see if these will actually work. May not be the right thread type, but we'll see. May need to go bigger. Yeah, I think I need to go a little bit bigger. There we go. Try again. Alright, attempt number 2. I got some bigger screws. These were the other type of screws that I bought for my headliner. They just weren't the right thread pitch for the roof. So now we can just put them to use here since we bought them. Get that put back in its spot. Make sure that we're still gonna fit good. Need to flip it over. Nope, that was the right way. I need to make an adjustment here. I feel like I'm rubbing right there. Definitely feels like it's rubbing. See. Now I'm going to end up pulling this back off. So I'm just making sure gonna fit right, set true, etc. And then we'll put it all back together as one unit whenever we go to put the radio in. So yeah, those screws will work just fine. So, alright, so we'll pull this back off. And we'll get to work on wiring. Alright, there's my 2 screws and my stereo install kit ready to go. Alright, so next step is definitely wiring, so that's going to be the next part. I am going to go ahead and replace that 15 amp fuse I put in for my tachometer. I'm going to replace it with a 25 because I'm going to be hooking the radio up to that same spot. So let me clean my mess up here and get a few other tools, and we'll start getting into finding our wiring for our stereo. Alright guys, so I got you set up here in a position so you can see a little bit better. Now I'm locating my wires. I went ahead and got it all done, but I wanted to show you guys how I did it. From my memory, the orange wires generally are the lights. This radio requires an illumination wire. So if I turn my lights on, as you saw them pop on up there, you can see that my test light pops on. Let's see if I can get it a good spot to hold it. Okay, there we go. Now if I pop my lights off, bam, lights are off. So that gives me my illumination wire. We've got my 12 volt accessory, which is going to be connected to this one here. So if you watch there, with the key on the on, that's our 12 volt accessory. And it turns off. So we don't have 12 volt accessory in the backwards position. And that should be our... Oh, flies are really bad right now. But that should be our 12 volt accessory. So I'm going to double check for a different one here. This one, I believe this is the one that they were using before for an older radio. But I'm not getting anything on the backwards portion of the key to where it should be accessory. So let me double check a few things and I'll get back with you. Alright, got that sorted out. Got my wires all set up to where I need to be now. Now I went ahead and over in this area where I've got my I don't know if you guys remember the previous video when I installed my tack, but I will be using that same wire to bridge to connect 12 volt accessory. I found that is going to be the best one. Using my little test light, I found that with it in the accessory position, the light does come on, and with it in the run position, it is on. Well, I showed you here that this is going to be our illumination. Our ground is actually going to hook up to a bracket back here, which is already a ground. That's easy enough. And then the 12 volt constant is actually going to go to our lighter here, which is also in line with our horn fuse. So if we blow our fuse for our 12 volt constant, it will actually blow the horn fuse rather than burning up any other additional wires. And then same thing with that 12 volt accessory. If for some reason we decide that we ground out, or we have some sort of bad connection or something, it will break the fuse on the radio for the 12 volt accessory. And then then all we have to do is our green wires is for our left speakers, our purple wires are for our right rear speakers, and then we'll get our other speakers later on in time whenever we get that installed. But that right there should help you guys find the wires you guys need. Like I said, down here, this is our 12 volt constant. I'll plug it in. You guys should be able to see. So there you go, 12 volt constant. The key is in the off position, as you guys can tell. Right here, it's in the on position, and we have 12 volt constant. Then we have our lights, which I showed you that before, and then it's easy enough for ground and then speaker wires. So let me go ahead and get all this hooked up in here, and then I can show you guys what we go for next. We'll go ahead and pull our longer wires through first, our speaker wires. And we can send them to the directions they need to go once we get to that point. And we've got our 12 volt accessory, 12 volt constant, and our ground. A lot of wires when you're doing these stereos installs. Untangle this a little bit. There we go. And when I get it to a certain point, I can actually start plugging this stuff in. So now that that is in its spot, I can plug this in. And that didn't go in where it needed to go. Pry that back up here, see if I can get it to go into its spot. There we go. Now we got it in the right spot. Now let's plug in. Ka-chow. So there we got our illumination. We'll go ahead and send down our 3 other wires, and I can get up underneath there and connect them. Oops, sorry for hitting the camera. Kind of trying to get you guys a good view here, while also giving me a bad spot to try to get all of these wires. There we go. Got them. Alright, so that right there, a lot of our wiring. And we also have a microphone to hook up in here too. So now that that is in its spot, I can run my 3 wires down here to where they need to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done, and then I can show you guys how that looks once we get it all tucked away. Alright guys, I've got my wires set up. My speaker wires are partially ran. I don't have them all the way ran. I'll show you how I'm going to do that later. Now, I did go ahead and get our stereo bracket put onto our stereo install kit for this truck. Just pushed it through and bent those little tabs over, as you can see there. Those are what's holding it in its place, both sides. So then we'll start getting this in its position, and we'll start getting it screwed in. Because we're about ready to start getting the stereo put in. So we'll put these screws in. That's going to hold our stereo install kit. That one started. Get this one started. Tighten those down. Tight as you can get them. You're not going to tighten up like a whole bunch because you're just screwing into plastic. So just kind of get it generally tight. So bam bam. That's in. So then we're ready for our radio to get plugged into that. Get our antenna plugged in, and then we can run our speaker wires. Because everything back there is all plugged in. So let me go grab our stereo, and we'll start getting it put in. Alright, got the stereo itself installed. I went ahead and put the actual screen in, turned the key on, and I made sure that all this fired up here. And that all worked fine. So I went ahead and pulled the screen back out, because it's gonna need the screen out to put the interior bezel back on. And then what I went ahead and did is I ran my microphone and both my USBs that are going to be for the charging and the Android / Apple Play, and my microphone, and those are going to be ran up to where you would normally have a map light, but generally on a lot of these trucks, it's missing right here. So I may try to see about building some sort of plate to hold these on later on in the future, but that is where these are going to come out. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. So I've got my wires tucked back in, got it all connected in, that's all working. Now I just need to run my speaker wires back, down, and around on both sides to get our sound out of our boom boom boxes. So let me go ahead and get you guys in a spot here, and I will start putting this bezel back on. All right, I put my leg right through the gauge cluster bezels. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this bezel put back on because I don't need to be back here anymore. So get this ran through here, and our map light, our map stuff, it's gonna be going through this map light right here. So that's gonna go there. It's kind of tucked in. Let those hang. There. Pop that in. And then we can start screwing all of our screws back into our gauge bezel. Where'd my screwdriver go? There it is. Didn't have one in it. There was one in this one. Here, somewhere. I'm blind, I can't see. And we've just got 2 more to go. There. Because this clip right here is actually missing on mine. But then after those are ran through, I can actually take my microphone. I think what I'm going to do with it are kind of long. They don't play around. They give you a good length of cord to mess with here when it comes to these USB cables. I'm just gonna kind of stuff that in there for now. But I think it'd be cool if I had the ability of like sticking them into like a little plate that kind of screws into where this normally would be, and now I can just kind of plug my phone and stuff in like that. Shove back in here. And then I can stick this to this, which is what I'm going to do. Take that off. I'm going to stick it right. Let's go over here actually. Bam. So now we have a microphone for our hands-free calling. All I got to do is run the speaker wires at this point, and we're about done. So let me get you guys in a little handheld. I'll show you how I'm going to run these speaker wires from back behind the seat here. Then we can start getting the rest of this done. Get this screen put in. I'm just trying to show you guys how it's going to look. Angles face up, just like so. And then, how do I move this thing up and down? Ashtray. Yeah, see, that does block my ashtray quite a bit. But I don't think I can move this anymore. It's all the way up. It's all the way down. Can I plug it in? I can. I'm gonna get it like that though. And I'll get that open. See, that's not. The ashtray may be a little off limits for a little bit. Because with that plugged in like that, I can't. But now when I turn it to accessory, it should come on. Do that little pull off. You guys can see that it is working. Cool, that is working. So go ahead and shut that back off. Let's go ahead and get our speakers wired back to the back, and we'll get this project done. Now, like I said, that does keep me from getting into my ashtray right here, which I think I can probably make an adjustment to this ashtray and bring it down some with a piece of bracket or something, because that's not going to open otherwise. But that looks cool. I like the way it looks in here. That's awesome. All right. But while I was moving my seat around, well, let's just say that my phone holder for my tripod decided to get broke while I was messing with it. So I'm gonna have to see about how I can get that fixed so I can continue using this, because this thing gives me some really good stable shots. But on the other side, I've got the driver's side already put in. I ran it underneath. I ran it across underneath the dash over here, then down, and under the carpet over here on that side, and then it goes underneath the little seal plate right here underneath the carpet on that other side. And then, as you can see, this white speaker wire here, I still have to run this side over here. So I will go ahead and get this ran. We'll pull these screws out. We'll run this underneath the carpet. And then I'll double check and double clean up any other extra wires underneath there that need touched up, and then I'll show you how it looks after that. So let me get that done and I'll bring you guys back. Alright, got the speaker ran. Just wanted to show you how I did the wire. As you can see here, I pulled the that little chrome piece off, and then the wire is actually ran up underneath the carpet there. It goes all the way back to the back where the speaker is back there behind there, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. I've got both speakers facing up. And that's how my speakers will be, I think, for now. So let me go ahead and get this finished off, and we can go ahead and try it out again. Try them boom boxes out. Alright. Show you it's all working now. Got the speakers all hooked up, got the stereo all ready to go. This is exciting. I'm excited for this. Now we got a stereo. That is red, not orange. It's just showing a little differently on my phone. Automatically pairing to my phone. And now it's up and going. Thanks guys for watching another episode of Twisted Wrench Garage. We got that radio thrown into Ramona here. She got the old boom boxes behind the seat. She sounded good. I got it all tested out and it's all working with my phone good. The only thing I haven't sorted out yet is how to get the the microphone to work with my phone just yet. I tried it out, wasn't able to get it to work right away, but I'm sure I'll get it figured out. I'm sure I'm just an old man not able to figure out this newer technology. But just wanted to show off the painting my daughter made in my truck that she did for me. I'm sure you guys saw it in the car show video. I was super proud of her for it. She did a really good job. She did it for my channel, so I'm gonna try to use it to my advantage. With the Twisted Wrench Garage name and the YouTube and the Facebook for the subscriptions. And she added her own little artworks for the Route 66 since we're real close by there. Then we got the angry eyes, and we got the V8 because I made a little keychain out of some old spare little keychains that I had. I made a little V8 keychain out of it, and she liked the way it looked. I thought it was cool. And she also had the little guy pulling the gas gauge from E to full, because gas prices right now, definitely makes you weary about driving your old rig around. But you definitely want to get out there and drive them around and enjoy them, because you're building them, why not? But again, guys, I do appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, guys, and we'll see you guys on the next one.